Hi, I just want to record a short extracted message about Ravi Zacharias. He's considered as the greatest thinker and also apologist, which means to defend for the Christianity or the biblical truth. Recently he passed away, but in this excerpt he talked about his life and his purpose of living. Here it goes.
It's amazing. Coming from Matthew Paris, that was amazing. May I close with a personal anecdote, friends? At the age of 17, I was a total failure in life. Total failure. No discipline, nothing. Never wanted to study, never wanted to crack open a book. I was always at the bottom of the class. I just wanted to do one thing, was play cricket. I want to play someday nationally, and even that I don't think I'd have made it, but I wanted to try. And one day I decided life had no meaning. The Sartrean caution was right. He said, the only question I cannot answer is why I don't commit suicide. But that would be to use my freedom to take away my freedom, says he. Well, I did try to commit suicide. No meaning. None. Zero. And in that hospital room, a Bible was brought to me. I couldn't hold it. My body was dehydrated with the poison and all the expelling that I'd done. This man comes and leaves the Bible. He wanted to stay. My mother wouldn't let him because I was in critical condition. He opens it to a page to her, and she is told to read it. She didn't understand it. Reading from the King James with a heavy South Indian accent. I'm lying in bed, and she reads this verse. Jesus says, because I live, you also shall live. In that hospital room, that statement came alive to me. Jesus is talking about what it really means to live, not biological life. And in a simple prayer that I prayed, I walked out of there. That was 50 years ago, almost to the day. What Christ did in my heart was not change what I did alone, but changed what I wanted to do, to a point where my father, before he died, called me to his bedside to ask forgiveness for the meanness with which he had dealt with my life. And he looked at me and he said, son, I just want to say to you that God found it worthy somehow to dip into my family, to take one of my boys to speak for him. And he just burst into sobs and tears. He said, I want your forgiveness. You're young as students and you're looking for meaning. Without God, there's no point of reference for moral law. There's no point of reference for meaning. There's no hope beyond the grave. And ultimately, there's no real positing of a redemptive source for the transformation of life. And the problem is ultimately not out there, it's in here. And only God is big enough to change your heart and mind. I leave that with you, and we'll have some time now for questions. Thank you so much.